Hey friends, my name is Ernie. Welcome back to the channel where we share easy, practical health tips that help you live your best life. Today, we're diving into something that, let's be honest, we all deal with at some point: wounds. Whether it's a small cut from cooking, a scrape from a fall, or even a deeper wound from surgery, knowing how to care it properly can make all the difference in how it quickly heals and how well your skin recovers. Stick around because today we are going to talk about some quick and effective tips that will not only help your wound heal faster but also prevent scarring, which is something a lot of people worry about. It's all about taking the right steps at the right time. And of course, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel so we can continue sharing health tips that help you thrive. So let's get started with some super simple tips that you can use the next time you find yourself with a wound. First things first, why is a proper wound care such a big deal? A lot of us tend to brush off small cuts or scrapes, thinking they will heal on their own. But the truth is, how you take care of a wound can have a huge impact on the healing process. When a wound isn't properly treated, it can lead to infections, delayed healing, or worse, scarring that sticks around long after the injury is healed. Your skin is the largest organ in your body, and it plays a vital role in protecting you from infections and regulating your body temperature. When it's injured, whether it's from a scrape, a cut, or something more serious, your body jumps into action, sending blood to the area and starting the process of healing. But how fast and how well your skin heals depends on a lot of factors, including how well you take care of it from the start. The first thing you want to do when you get a cut, scrape, or any type of wound is to clean it as soon as possible. And I don't mean just rinsing it with water for a second. You really want to make sure it's thoroughly clean to remove any dirt, bacteria, or debris that might be lingering. Because bacteria are everywhere. Even if the cut doesn't seem dirty, bacteria can get inside and cause an infection, which will not only slow down the healing process but can also lead to scarring or other complications. The best way to clean a wound is with clean running water. You don't need to use soap directly on the wound, as this can irritate it. If you have an antiseptic solution like hydrogen peroxide or iodine, this can be helpful for disinfecting the area. But be careful not to overuse this, as they can sometimes delay healing if used too frequently. Once the wound is clean, gently pat it dry with a clean towel or gauze. Don't rub, as this can irritate the skin further. Once the wound is clean, the next step is to apply an antibacterial ointment. This is key for keeping the wound moist, which may sound counterintuitive. Don't we want the wound to dry out? Actually, no. Modern wound care science tells us that keeping a wound moist is one of the best ways to promote faster healing. Applying a thin layer of an over the counter antibiotic ointment like Neosporin can help prevent bacteria out and create a protective barrier over the wound. This not only prevents infection but also speeds up the skin's natural repair process. The trick here is to keep the wound from drying out too much. A moist environment encourages skin cells to regenerate faster, and it also helps minimize scabbing. Less scabbing means a lower chances of scars forming, which is what most of us are aiming for when it comes to healing. After applying the antibacterial ointment, it's important to cover the wound with a clean bandage or dressing. A lot of people think that leaving a wound uncovered will let it air out or heal faster, but the truth is, keeping it covered helps it protect from the dirt, bacteria, and further irritation. Plus, it helps maintain that moist environment we talked about earlier, which is key for optimal healing. You don't need to keep the wound covered forever, just until it starts to heal and the skin looks like it's knitting back together. Depending on the size and depth of the wound, this would take anywhere from a few days to a week. If you're dealing with a larger or deeper wound, you might need to change the dressing more frequently, especially if it gets wet or dirty. Always use clean, dry bandages to prevent introducing any new bacteria to the area. Now that you've cleaned the wound, applied an ointment, and covered it up, the real healing begins. But that doesn't mean you just can't forget about it. You want to check the wound daily to make sure it's healing properly. If you notice any signs of infection like redness, swelling, pus, or increased pain, it's time to see a doctor. While your body is working hard to heal the wound, you can help the process along by making sure you're giving your body the nutrients it needs. Protein is a big one. Your skin and tissues need plenty of protein to regenerate. Foods like chicken, fish, eggs, and beans are excellent sources of protein. Vitamin C is also crucial for wound healing because it helps your body produce collagen, which is the protein that forms the structure of your skin. Foods high in vitamin C includes citrus fruits, strawberries, and bell peppers. Finally, make sure you're staying hydrated. Your skin needs water to stay healthy, and dehydration can slow down the healing process. Drinking plenty of water helps keep your skin cells functioning optimally and ensures your body has the fluid it needs to repair damaged tissue. One of the biggest concerns people have when they get a wound is scarring. No one wants a lasting reminder of an injury. So, here are some tips to minimize scarring while your wound heals. First off, don't pick at your scabs. This is one of the biggest culprits when it comes to scars. Picking off scabs disrupts the healing process and increases your chances of developing a scar. Next, once the wound has started to heal and the skin is beginning to close up, you can start applying silicone gel or scar reducing ointments. These products are designed to keep the skin moisturized and reduce the appearance of scars over time. You can find these in most drugstores and they are easy to use. Just apply a thin layer once or twice a day. Another trick is to use sunscreen on the area once the skin has healed enough. The new skin that forms after a wound is much more sensitive to sunlight, and UV exposure can cause scars to darken and become more noticeable. Applying sunscreen helps protect the healing skin and keeps scars lighter and less visible. While most minor wounds can be treated at home with proper care, there are times when you should seek medical help. If you have a wound that's deeper than a half an inch, won't stop bleeding, or was caused by something dirty or rusty, it's important to see a doctor. You might need stitches, a tetanus shot, or antibiotics to prevent infection. Also, if you notice that the wound isn't healing properly, if it's still red, swollen, or painful after a few days, or if you see pus, it's a good idea to get it checked out by a healthcare professional. Infections can be serious, and it's always better to be safe than sorry. One of the most important things to remember when healing a wound is that it takes time. Your body is an incredible machine, but it doesn't work overnight. Being consistent with your wound care, cleaning it, applying ointment, covering it, and check it in on it will help speed up the process, but you also need to be patient. Every wound heals differently depending on factors such as your overall health, age, and the size and depth of the wound. Some people heal quickly, while others take a bit longer. The key is to stick with your wound care routine and trust that your body knows what it's doing. Before we wrap up, here's an interesting tip. Did you know that honey has been used for centuries to help heal wounds? Yep, honey has a natural antibacterial properties and creates a moist healing environment, which, as we've learned, is key for speeding up recovery. Some studies even suggest that medical grade honey can help reduce the risk of infection and promote faster healing for minor cuts and burns. Just make sure to use medical grade honey products, not the kind you drizzle on your pancakes. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and share this video with someone who could use a little extra inspiration on their health journey. See you on the next video.